Okay, so job aggregators are searching all over the web, and for fact also searching job boards. Why would you want to look at a job board? Well, companies post on job boards. You want to be visible on job boards. And job boards can be more niche oriented and real specific, and we'll look at that. So there's and show the advantages of that in a moment here. But job boards are kind of three big categories. They can be very general job boards, industry specific, like around associations, and things that are more career specific around certain types of job functions. And let's look at some examples to have that kind of come home to you. So job board examples in the general category, you might have heard of Monster, for example. They were one of the first and early ones and biggest ones. And companies can post their job up there, and you can apply to jobs, and you can write through Monster, and you can search through keywords or locations, kind of like Indeed and those other ones as well too. But this is not something that's searching all over the web. They're just going to have things that a company is working there, posting right on Monster. Career Builder is another one. There's a big competitor on Monster. Same look like in Indeed. You put in your keyword or your job title, the location, and then you can find the job. And they're in the United States. Monster is big all over the world. Career Builder's in the United States. You can see the listing here of other places: Canada, France, Germany, Greece, India, Sweden, the United Kingdom, and Vietnam. They're adding places all the time too. So just understand that when you're looking for a job board, just search for job boards and put in your country or location, and I'll find ones that are in your location as far as that works. So Monster and Career Builder are where companies post jobs, and they're big general type job boards. If we look at some more industry specific ones, a lot of these are tied to industry associations. Here's an example from ATD, the Association for Training and Development. So if you're interested in training and development, maybe you're a training manager or director of training, whatever it might be, in the HR type function. There's SHRM, Society of Human Resource Managers, SHRM, and then there's all sorts of other industries. Think about some of the industry groups that you are part of. They might have a job board, or they might use the term job bank. That's a lot of times the terms that they use as a job bank. So you go to their website, you find their job bank, and then you can search for jobs there. And these are jobs that are posted again by companies, and that they're that they're posting in the job bank. And companies will do this because they might be looking for somebody with a real specific skill set, and somebody who's really into their career or profession or the industry, and they really want to find somebody that's really at that level of interest. Instead of a general job board or a job aggregator or even just searching LinkedIn, they'll go and maybe just post only to a job bank. That's what they might do at first, is just post to the job bank and see what qualified applicants they get through here. Here's an example where, for a director of education and training, you can see the U.S. Court of Appeals gives a description, some information, and you can apply right through the job board as far as how a job industry specific board would work. Another example here is here's from Municipal World. This shows you how niche it can get. This is Municipal World is for city careers, city and government careers, municipal careers in Canada, right? So if you're not, probably most people watching this might not be looking for a city career in Canada, but if you are, think about how niche oriented and how specific that is, and that might help you to find some of these jobs that are less easy to find, or an aggregator might not find because it gets too nichey. That you can find it here by using all the tools in your tool belt, so to speak, and going to a specific industry-specific job board like Municipal World for jobs in Canada for the government. Then the third category is career-specific, where you could search by certain type of career or career functions and find job boards related to that. Here's an example. One of the famous examples in accounting is Robert Half. Robert Half really built themselves around accounting and finance and bringing people together from companies and employees into accounting and finance. So a lot of accountants know Robert Half or Account Temps was a company they bought or have as a function of theirs too. So Robert Half built themselves around accounting and finance. But as you can see, this is from their website. They've expanded over the years in administrative and office, technology and information technology, and IT, and creative and marketing, and legal as well too. So if you're looking for some type of legal career, you can find that through them as well. So you can see these are more by function versus a broader type of general thing or a broader industry thing. This is getting to be more specific. So if you're in these types of categories, maybe companies like Robert Half and other ones that are out there have job boards that can be real career specific for you, and you can apply through them. And a lot of times for companies too, if you're applying through like a Robert Half or a job board, especially like an industry job board, you might stand out a little bit because it's, there's only a few people applying through those things versus, let's say, LinkedIn, where you have maybe thousands of people applying through. So it comes into their inbox, recruiting or screening manager in a different way, and you might stand out a little bit better. So, when in doubt, use your job boards, your job aggregators, and LinkedIn specifically as an example as far as being very important.